3 must-do investments. What's up, you guys? It's JNO here with a brand new video, and today you guys are going to be talking about investments that you guys have to do if you haven't already. But before we start, feel free to leave a like for the YouTube algorithm. Alright, you guys, so investment number 1 is a high yield interest savings account. If you guys don't know what that is, basically certain banks, they offer like a high yield interest rate, like Discover or Ally Bank, like online banks. Basically what you want to do with that is compact your money in a savings account. I see a lot of people, I mean, it's good to split your money in between banks, but if you just have your money lying there in like separate accounts, what you want to do is, if you're not going to use it at all and you don't want to put in any other investments either, I suggest you put it all into one high yield savings account. That way you get the most out of your money instead of just splitting it up, because they'll be going at different interest rates, and majority of banks have very low interest rates, especially now after 2020, you know, with everything going down, you know, in the stock market, etc. So it's really good to put your money together, because basically if you're at like, let's say like a 2 or 3% interest rate, which it usually was before, you know, 2020, the higher amount of money you had in that account, basically the more you would get out of it in comparison to, you know, just having your money like, you know, separated in different bank accounts. So yeah, open up a high yield savings account. The one I use is Discover. It's like an online savings account. You can open it for free basically, and then you can go ahead and start depositing money straight from there. And honestly, it feels better just making, you know, that my money is actually making more money instead of just lying there in like different banks. Investment number 2 is to open up a Roth IRA. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically like a retirement plan, and what it does, it has compound interest. So let's say like right now I'm currently 20. I already have a Roth IRA opened up with Vanguard, but basically it's just money that compounds. You basically invest money, you can't touch it. If you do, you do get a penalty, but it basically compounds until you're 59 and a half, and then you can basically just take it out. So basically if I were to put like $100 in my Roth IRA right now, and then I took it out when I was like around 60, my money would be 10 times of what it is, around 1500. So yeah, basically, you know, a retirement plan is just really just a good plan, you know, to have like an IRA. I know, if like you're young, you don't really want to think about that stuff, but if you were to invest just like a couple hundred every year into a Roth IRA, you know, you just left it there until you like turn 60, you would have basically just hundreds of thousands of dollars just waiting for you, and then once you turn 60, you're basically set for retirement if you maxed it out. So yeah, open up a Roth IRA. It's free on Vanguard. I'll have a link down below. You guys can do it, especially with Discover too. I'll have all the links for all the investments down below. And investment number 3, you guys, is Robinhood, basically the stock market. So if you guys haven't invested any of that before, it's always good to have investments in like, you know, diverse companies, basically like a diverse portfolio, I'd say. So, you know, just have them in like different companies, because, you know, you guys, a lot of people think that the stock market is basically a gamble. It isn't. As long as you're patient and you're not greedy and you just leave your money in there, it's always going to go up and it's always going to go down, but it always goes up unless the company like goes bankrupt, but that's like so rare. So it's always good to have money invested in the stock market with companies, because over time, you know, let's say you bought like a share at like, I don't know, just like some company. Okay, let's say you bought a share at Apple, which is currently like around like, I think $132 right now, and you kept just one of those shares for just like years to come, and you just lived off the dividends. And let's just say like 5 or like 10 years from now, that share went up to like 300, maybe like 500 or something like that. You would basically just be making double or triple what you invested in, on top of dividends coming in, like, you know, however you set it, like monthly, quarterly, or whenever. So yeah, it's always good to just invest in the stock market, because, you know, your investments will always grow for you. It's very rare for companies to just go bankrupt, and, you know, even though like you might see like your stocks might be down one day, you're not gonna, it's a long-term investment, you guys. So you're just not supposed to sell at all. You're not supposed to sell in short term. You keep it for long term, and then eventually when it's like up for whatever shares you're in, you sell them. And yeah, you guys, those are the 3 investments that I suggest you do, or must, like it says in the title. All the links will be down below, so feel free to sign up for all 3 of them. They're all free: Discover, Vanguard, Robinhood. And yeah, you guys, it's always good to be thinking of your future no matter what age you are, you know what I mean? It's never too late to just be doing investments.